Don't fall on your face.
All right, later in the day when I do fall on my face, I'll do a cut screen back to
if you
don't fall on your face, and then a picture of me or a video of falling on my face.
Front of me, 'cause I brought a fancy camera today. So.
Hey guys, Andrew Judy here. Today we race at the AXC Freedom Bowl, and I'm going to show you the highs and lows of hare scramble racing. Here we are at the start, and we're off. I finally got my one-a-year hole shot out of the way. Lucky for everyone else, they'll be able to have me on the start the rest of the year, I'm sure, because this is very rare. Wiggling through the hay bales on the start, it is slick. Fast forward ahead about a mile into the race, we've made it to the single track section. This was one of, I think, 3 single track sections, and probably the most technical one of the 3. Later in the race, there'll be people kind of hung up on one of the hills. Things got interesting, to say the least, trying to make it up it without getting tangled. The conditions for the race were just on the muddy side of being perfect conditions. The creek crossings had water in them you could splash through. Most of the corners burned up really nicely, but some of these hills, they got pretty slick. So I come around this corner right here, and then boom, out of nowhere, this buck comes running out of the woods right in front of me. On the GoPro, it looks like he was quite a ways ahead, like you can barely see him. But man, he was like right in front of me. I followed him down the trail for like, I don't know, 30 yards or so, and then he darted back off up the hill. Then later up to the top of the hill, I saw him again cross right in front of me. I think the spectators got their money's worth right there on that hill. There was plenty of carnage going on throughout the day. 1-7. That's the first lap. Came through in first place still. See how much longer we can hold them off. Here we are back on that single track section for the second lap, and people are hung up on it already. It's a pretty tough little hill. Oh yeah, speaking of tough hills, look with it. Oh, yay! So, the rock right there was pretty slick. I fell down. Pretty sure I crushed my head pipe right there. Now I have Steve right on me. The race is on. Well, kinda. I don't know if that took so much energy out of me or if I'm really just that slow every time I get back on the bike. Anyway, he is all over me now, and it's about all that I can handle to keep him back there. Kinda looks like I could really work on picking up the pace right after a crash. Maybe not lose that much time. Now we're coming across a Canadian rider. Oh, look, Kimmy. That was a really flowy little section right through there. A little rock at the end of it could get you if you weren't careful though. And here we are, back to the spectator hill. Say hi to those guys on the way by. Trying to stay mistake free, make it up all these hills clean, keep Steve behind me, get first place at the end of the day. I mean, how hard could it be, right? Here we got some more lap traffic coming through. This was kind of near, actually it was right past after that little hay bale maze we had to go through, up on the top field right before we dropped back into the woods. As I slow down for the corner to go into the woods, I can hear Steve's bike behind me still on the limiter as he's like racing towards me. Here we are back into that single track section once again. Never quite knew what you were going to come upon as you got down in here, but this was probably one of the sweetest parts of the track for me. I really love this kind of trail right here, crossing the creeks back and forth, technical hill climbs, all that good stuff.
Thank you!
So now we've made it through 2, maybe 3 of the single track sections. The whole time through there is pretty slow. I could hear Steve right behind me. So we make it down to this road and I just pin it trying to gap him. Maybe he's not as comfortable going full speed all out onto this rocky, rooty section of the trail. Definitely was risky, but I was really hoping it would pay off and I could build a gap back up and not have him breathing down my neck. And all that efforts was short-lived because there I go, throwing away the lead. Yeah. Insert your favorite cuss word right there because that's probably what got said. Thankfully, this GASGAS has electric start because I was definitely not in the mood to be kicking on anything. Bump the front wheel back in alignment.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
And as if my lap couldn't get any worse, I mess up on this hill. It's pretty slick, slid back down to the bottom, gave it another shot, paddle my way up it, just barely make it to the top, and that took quite a bit of energy. I struggled on that hill the next lap too, so every lap after that I decided to just take the alternate line around it. Way safer for me. So here I've finally got back on pace and I'm going to try to run down Steve. Tear up this little hill here. And then catch a big glob of mud on the GoPro to run the sweet hill. This section was pretty slick right before the scoring. Here we'll slide around this corner here, pin it, get squirrely and almost cram right into that tree. Wow.
1-7.
At this point, I come through the scoring. I can see I'm about a minute behind Steve. I'll put in my best effort on the next lap, and when I come through, it shows that I actually lost some more time on him. So from there, I decided it'd probably be better if I just played it safe and try to have a mistake-free race and hopefully finish off in second. Which, that's basically how it worked out. I ended up getting second overall for the day, and I think about 4 minutes behind Steve, a minute or so ahead of third place. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want me to make some more, let me know. Suggestions to make it better, I'm up for them. I think the next race we're going to is the AXC versus Okra Battle on the Border over at Big Fox Run. It's in a couple weeks, and I'll see you guys there. Thanks.